Exactly.
And so sometimes they will be the one to deal with these collectors.
They deal with the collectors directly.
And so it's possible that Madeline's cash book is in your office but not with you.
No, no, no. In fact, Madeline cash book during the period, this was why she don't have that audacity to face me, to give me the subpoena.
Yes, please. Mr. Barry, let's refine our language. These are colleagues of yours, all of you are working together. You just explain, because you as an auditor, you are an independent person in that office.
Yes, exactly.
And you have the prerogative to do based on what you are asked to do within the precincts of the law that guides you to do your job.
Exactly.
All right?
Exactly.
So let's be cautious in the language we use, and we will get whether it's, I think it's Madeline, we will get her here whilst you are here.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
To state the facts.
No, the adjective I use, audacity, meaning she don't have the gut.
Yes, but you can rephrase, you can use final
use
language.
another
Yes,
language.
yes, please.
When this memo was given to her to come and give it to me that her cash book was with me, that very morning she came to my office, greeted me, asked me for one of my interns working under me. I told her that she is in our office. She left my office, and after 1 hour, she was within the premises. 1 hour, I went back to my subordinate's office, and they told me that Madeline came here and told us that let us give you this thing. I told him, but I just saw Madeline, and Madeline was in my office, and she never gave it to me. But okay, has been said that the junior collectors, my juniors, the collectors do submit to my juniors directly, and they cross-check their cash books. And when they certify with them, they do their necessary things and return the cash book back to them. The period that Madeline, that was stated in the memo, was in 2018, 2019, and 2020. Okay, I've done my system audit in 2020. I've done, the quarterly report 2021, 2022, and I've done another system audit in 2023. So I took her cash book last year. That cash book, is very irrelevant during that period. Her cash book should have been taken, hadn't been, in fact, it was taken, it should have been taken in 2020. But in 2020, I have done my system audit. In 2021, I've done the...
So now, if I can get you, you are saying the 2018, 2019, and 2020 cash books that she alleges to have given to you, which you have custody of, they are not within your custody. They are not with you.
No.
She has not submitted them to you.
No.
Yes. Counsel, proceed, please.
Now, the cash book, when they give you their cash book for the purpose of audit, when you demand it from them, they sign any way book, any records to show that you have their cash book?
No. The cash books, in fact, if at all, is the external auditors.
No, let's talk about...
No, meaning ours, we do day-to-day. They come into us,
yes.
We have their records, and they go back with their everything. So if we want to make our,
request the cash books from the collectors, so that you can probably take a day or two.
No. The only, that's what I want to go through. The only collector whom I personally took her cash book was Mama Kinte. And as I just said, I've done that based on a reason why I confiscate Mama's cash book.
So the issue is you don't have Madeline's cash book?
No. Madeline's cash book, is not with me, and it's not with my subordinates.
How do you know it's not with your subordinates?
No, in fact, when one of my subordinates handed over that memo to me, she told me that, did you take cash book from Madeline? I said, no. I said that he should have, in fact, told the commissioners that it's us who took the cash book, but not you, because you don't deal with the cash book.
I mean, everything that happens in your office is you.
Yes, this is why, yes.
No, I'm just trying to correct that statement. If you're a genius,
Yes.
do anything, it all falls back on your head.
Yes, that's it. This is why today I'm here.
So don't try to separate
No,
what
no.
they do and what you do.
No, I was trying to explain to you.
I'm just trying to tell you that it's your office. It's an office that you head.
Exactly, okay.
So things done in that office, that has to do with you, Mr. Barry. Okay, we will probably ask you, the two of you, to take additional statements regarding this cash book.
Regarding, pardon?
We'll ask you to give additional statements regarding this cash book. Now, you're talking about Mama Kinte.
Yes.
Yes. So what about Mama Kinte?
Yes. As you know, I already stated, Mama was a newcomer then, was transferred from Janjambure area council to Brikama area council.
Yes.
And the times she was coming, that coincided with the using of these digital machines.
Yes.
And okay, weekly, we used to have all the names of collectors that used to collect through the digital machines, through the IT office. Okay. For sometimes, Mama's name was not appearing in that lodgement log. So my subordinates informed me about it, that they understand Mama is collecting, but they are not ascertain whether she was making submission to the bank. Then when I got that information from them, I personally went to the CEO and I explained the CEO about it. And I told him that I will going to investigate the matter. So, okay, that investigation, then was done by my direct subordinate, the guy next to me, immediate next to me,
need to have
Mafuji Kante.
Yes.
Okay, when that investigation was done, the report was sent to the CEO. Okay, when the report was sent to the CEO, we understand that Jane, who is the principal, culprit in that report.
Jane.
Yes.
In your report.
In the investigative report.
Your investigative report.
Yes, was not written to.
Director Jeng.
Director Jeng.
Director of Finance.
Exactly.
Alaji Jeng.
Alaji Jeng.
Go ahead.
Was not written to by the CEO or the management.
Yes.
All what we showed that Mama was transferred from that unit to other unit. So when I saw that, I deliberately kept Mama's cash book and I attached the investigative report in that cash book. Then I keep it under my custody.
Okay.
Because why I do that, I learned a better, a lesson.
A bitter lesson.
Bitter lessons, in the case of Aliu Sane's issue.
Yes.
But because at the time when
Aliu Sane is the one that was close to the. Is it the CEO or the chairman?
The chairman.
What's the name of the chairman again?
Sirifo Sonko.
Sonko.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, but Mama keep on demanding her cash book from me. All what I will, tell her was that, I will find out and give it to you because okay. I wanted to give that cash book to the external auditors when they come.
Do you know how? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Proceed.
So this was last weekend. She calls me. She told me that she was called by the commissions and that cash book, they needed the cash book. So yes. I told her that Monday you can come for it. But that following Monday, that was last week Monday, when she came, I give her the cash book together with the report. In fact, I attached the report to her cash book. And I told her that when you go, you can give this cash book and the report to the investigators. Because what is,
it is important, the Mama's case, Mama Kinte's case is important because she said for the amounts of monies that she has recorded in her cash book, that she has a GTR receipt from Mr. Kante, and no bank deposit slip, it is because the Director of Finance will ask that he will ask that she brings the money to the area council, and Mr. Kante will issue her a receipt.
Yes, everything is
In your report?
Including and Mama herself signed that report.
Yes. So
Yes.
what is the period of the cash book you have? The investigation period?
The investigation, it was like, 8 to 9 months. Like
From, no, I mean, from which year to which year?
No, it was all done in 2022.
2022?
Yes.
For periods covering?
Covering like, it's, early 2022, to the later part of 2022.
Can we see, do you have the cash book and the report with you here?
No, the cash book, I've already given that to her, but I'm having the report with me here.
Okay.
And in fact, I've given her the cash book together with the report. And I know that, she may detach the report from the cash book and give only the cash book, to the investigators.
You are accusing her?
No. If you go to the last sheet of his cash book.
You said she may.
Yeah, no. If you go to the last sheet of her cash book.
The cash book from which year to which year?
The cash book, of 2022 of Mama Skinte.
2022.
Yes. You will see, maybe, at the top you will see the, sign of the pins.
Sign of the?
Pins.
Pins?
Yes, the stapling pins.
Okay, that I see, but that's very, I don't know, that's very circumstantial. I agree with you, there is a sign of pins here. Even though if I believe you, I don't think it will be safe to advise the commissioners that they should go by your evidence. But let me just see your report. That probably will have more weight. Do you understand?
Exactly. Yeah, is it?
I'm not saying what you're saying is not true.
No, I understand.
I'm saying it's going to be difficult to substantiate. I believe you. I genuinely believe you. I talked to the last pin and I see the pins that you are talking about. But I know it's very circumstantial to just rely on that kind of evidence. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So this is, do you have the original?
Yes, the original is at the office.
Hi, Mr. Barry. You could have brought the original to the commission.
No, that original, as I told you, I've learned a bitter experience.
What is the bitter experience?
That's, at times, that you see 20, if at all it...
No, but what we are saying is just simple.
No.
When you make reports, you just do duplicates of originals.
Yes, but...
So that you have an original in your office. It's much more better.
Yes, I put that original for my file copy.
Do you have an original?
Yes.
Do you have an original?
Not with me here, it's at the office.
Yes, the commission takes precedence. Your file is very important.
Yes.
But it's very important because of exercises like this.
Yes.
To really show that you have done your work.
Exactly.
So the work that you have done, it does not belong to you. It's an official document which does not belong to you. You, Mr. Barry, you sign those documents, you authenticate those documents because you occupy a public office. So that, do you understand? I'm just trying to show you how it works. So that once you leave, the documents still remain the same. They're there.
Yes, okay. In 2020, in 2018, 2019, I've done a system audit. And when the external audit came, I give the only copy to them. Then I don't have gadgets with me. I don't have, laptop.
Let's forget about that.
They went with it, and I never retrieved it. This is why I cannot, serve this. I went and find everywhere.
I understand you perfectly well. We all work for the in offices, and I'm just telling you, whether it's you or me, probably we all do it, but it doesn't mean it's correct. You have to have original, so that once you have original, an exercise like this, it takes precedence to your office. Because whatever you do, it's not in your own private capacity. Whatever all of us do here, it's not in our own private capacity. Is that not the case? When you leave that office, somebody else will occupy the office. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the documents, they remain there. So now, we will show the commissioners the photocopy. We will seek to have it admitted, but you must provide the original.
The original is there.
Exactly. We apply to tender the fraud collusion report. Or that's the heading, collusion report?
Yes, because it's a collusion.
Between Mama and...
Between Mama Kinte, the Director of Finance, and Yankuba Kujabi. Market Master.
And Market Master.
Exactly.
How about Mr. Kante?
Kante...
You excluded Mr. Kante? But we'll find out. He's the cashier.
No, yeah, Kante was working on the directives.
It doesn't matter.
It was-
Collusion involves every person that takes part in one way or the other, no matter how minor the participation is, no matter what your rank is, it doesn't matter. It's collusion is collusion. It means one or two people have come to do an illegal or unlawful act. Your rank is not relevant. We apply to tender the fraud collusion report, that is the heading, prepared by Mr. Mafuji Kante, internal audit clerk for Brikama Area Council. The date is the 10th of January 2023, correct?
Yes.
Into evidence as an exhibit. Madam Chairperson, is a photocopy. I've asked that the witness provides the original so that we can replace it with a photocopy. He has the original in his office. The document is signed as well by Mama Kinte, the market revenue collector, who is also being investigated into this in relation to this investigation into evidence as an exhibit.
The fraud collusion report prepared by Mr. Mafuji Kante, internal audit clerk, Brikama Area Council, dated the 10th of January 2023, is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit and marked as LGC/SB/BKSC/010. The witness is further ordered to produce the original to this copy by tomorrow, 23rd of July 2024.
As the Commission pleases. May I please have the report? Now, do you have a copy with you
Which copy?
of this report currently with you?
No.
Don't have a report. Yes.
But I memorized most of them in the report.
Mr. Barry, you are bluffing.
No, I'm not bluffing. You know, I review it. You know,
I can tell you I also memorize everything I'm doing here. You're bluffing, Mr. We don't work with memory. We work with evidence. I'm sorry. You are fuller. I don't doubt that you memorize. My mom is. I know people who are actually fullers as well. They have very good, memory. Mr. Malo is here, the executive secretary.
What I just want to say, is that whatever components you touch in that report,
I know.
I'll be able to.
You'll be able to do, but let's just do it. Let's just make sure we have copies so that we go through it. You guide us through what the document says. It is much more safer. Is that not the case?
Very well.
Yes. Is that not the case, Mr. Barry?
Exactly.
But don't mind me. Sometimes good to bluff as well. Mr. Barry, the cash books. We see sometimes you will really clear people or collectors that will probably indicate or presuppose that they have really been audited, but then they are really in line, because if there is no comment otherwise, then it will be assumed that they have been audited and everything is really intact. But then what we see mostly is these people that you audit, sometimes you don't even see, or it doesn't even appear that you have seen a bank payment slip.
Yes.
You only, and you will clear them. Is it you or your office generally? Well, I don't know your signature.
You know, I was following the proceedings of the commissions, and
Naturally, of course.
yes, I've pick out one or two things in that regard. As I just mentioned, these collectors don't appear to me directly.
No, Mr. Barry.
Yeah,
I'll allow you to proceed with that.
Yes.
But you know, the roadblock would be that would not be an excuse.
Exactly. You know, I'm the head of the unit.
Yes.
So I know whatsoever is transpired in that unit.
Yeah, but that's fine. It's still good. You are factual and you tell us what happened. So proceed.
Exactly. This is why even you see, you know, the stamps that bear the signatures is not my signature.
Yes.
Okay, you know, what they have been trained, you know, to do since these, you know, machines came into operation, you know, was that any collector who comes for submission,
Yes.
you know, should come with a bank payment slips.
Yes.
You cross-check it.
And when did this start?
This, you know, started in 2020, you know, precisely.
Do you recall when exactly 2020 started?
Oh, this thing started in the early part of 2020, and you know.
What is early? What is early to you may not necessarily be early to me.
Yeah, this was in, you know, from, you know, January to April, around that end.
It started. Now, will you be able to give us an accurate period? Accurate as in
Yes,
the month, not the date. The
exactly.
day itself. In the not now. If you can come back and tell us
no,
exactly
I will, because a memo was
issued.
passed to that effect that all collectors should be submitted directly to the bank.
And you will get us that memo.
Yes, I will try to find out.
Please,
the
please.
office,
But the bottom line is, it started very early in 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that memo, all the revenue collectors, they are aware of this memo?
Yes.
But we see Mr. Jawara. Mr. Jawara said, is it Lamin Jawara? You know Lamin Jawara, the revenue collector, he said that, in fact, he was not aware of, no, they were, in fact, not only him, one or two of the revenue collectors would come and say that they were not really informed at a very early stage regarding that the monies that they collect should be taken to the bank.
No.
Is that true?
No.
So if a revenue collector says that, that would not be true?
That's not true.
Because there's a memo to that effect.
There is a memo to that effect, and all their line managers were served with that memo.
Yes.
And they were all communicated you know, accordingly.
So please help us by tomorrow to get the memo.
Exactly.
Okay? But then again, you are explaining why there would be. Let me show you. Of course, you have accepted, but it happens. You will find this in many of the cash books. That no bank deposit slip, nothing. Sometimes, in fact, the amount that you have cleared, because they will now, but I have a GTR receipt. They should know. In fact, Mr. Jawara told the chairperson that you guys should know better. You people at the senior management level should know better to really make sure that they are doing their work accordingly.
No, this was why we have a quarterly audit report.
Yes.
And this quarterly audit report entail all the fraudulent activities.
No. Let's just limit ourselves to now the really the cash books that you audit, which is probably one of the first steps of making sure that there's check and balance in the monies that are collected in council.
Okay.
By people who are taxed with the responsibility of collecting revenue.
Okay.
Everything starts. The audit is after at some point. The general audit that you will conduct quarterly would not be. It's not a daily. It's not a daily auditing. So a sample is here. So you have seen a sample. Like that amount is how much?
Okay. This amount is $75,000.
The year, the date. Sorry.
The date is 9th of 7th.
Please speak into the microphone. 9th of July.
9th of July 2001.
2001.
Exactly.
The GTR is $7,000.
Yes.
No banks paying a slip.
Yes. There is no bank payment slip. Okay. Here, if you can see.
No. Let's first get the questions. So
yes.
No, just wait a minute. Let me first ask you the questions. You answer.
Okay.
So that we have the facts on record. Then you can explain to us.
Okay. Yes.
So no bank paying in slip,
Yes.
only GTR.
Yes.
The amount is $7,000.
Yes.
And this is 2021,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
And audit cleared to say that this amount was taken to the bank,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Now go ahead.
Yes. What I want to highlight here was, you see the principal cashier's receipts.
Yes,
The amount on the principal cashier's receipts.
yes,
Sorry, the date there
yes.
and the date on the
Audit.
audit differs.
Okay.
Meaning, in fact, the collector obtained the principal cashier's receipts
First,
first,
give us the date on the principal cashier's receipt.
8th of July,
8th of July, and,
Yes.
and the date it was set to be audited.
9th of July,
So it was audited. It was the receipt came, and then after it was audited.
audited.
So what does that mean?
Meaning, she must have passed through the
Cashier
principal cashier
first.
prior to the audit.
And who did the audit?
But this is Lamin Drame.
Lyman, what is Lyman Drame's, what is his position in your office?
He is also a audit clerk, but
audit-
currently stays in Indonesia.
In where?
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Lyman, do you say Lyman what?
Drame.
Lyman Drame. Now, the dates are different.
Yes.
You first have monies paid to the cashier,
Yes.
then it was audited.
Audited. Yes.
And that is the reverse.
Yes.
It's like putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Is that correct, Madam Honorable Sayang? Is it correct? You put in the cart before the horse?
No, that can't be.
Now, my point is, why is that an issue?
Yes. This,
Why is it serious?
that meaning
Meaning,
is a violations of procedures. Number one.
yes,
Because you should appear before the audit
first,
before you go to the principal cashier.
yes, so it's a violation.
It's a
Hands
violation.
down.
That's one.
Okay.
And number two, because in the absence of the payment slips,
Yes,
you cannot ascertain
okay.
whether the said amount
We are correct or not?
were deposited to the bank or not.
Okay, is there
So,
a number three?
that's this the error. Lamin committed a big error here, because
No, Mr. Barry,
yes,
why is it serious? You have pointed out two issues.
yes,
Now, why is it very serious? Why is it concerning?
it's concerning because you are not ascertain.
And what did you suspect anything?
Yes, of course.
What is your suspicion
Suppression
of?
revenue,
By?
but it can be a collusion.
By? Tell me, you are the auditor.
Yes,
You are-
by the the collector,
Yes.
herself,
Yes.
the director of finance,
Good.
because
Yes, I agree. Move on, Mr. Mr. Kante.
and the principal cashier,
Okay, is that all?
that's what's my
No, you have to be fair. See, in life, we just try to be fair.
Life
If it affects us, we try to be fair. It's difficult. You can't point out these three people. It's very obvious. But
yes, if there should be another fourth person,
if there should be,
if there should be,
it should be then who?
it should be the audit clerk.
Do you agree that the auditor should be responsible?
Very well.
Why should the auditor be responsible?
Because he's supposed not to, cross-check this,
The auditor ratified an illegal act. You know what that means? When you ratify an illegal act, an act is done, is wrong, is unlawful, but you endorse it.
You endorse it very well.
So would that not appear as if it is also a collusion or a conspiracy?
It can be.
No, not it can be. It is.
Exactly.
It is. We don't need to prove that they shared money. There is no CCTV, or we're not God to see them sharing money.
Yes.
But the facts are the facts.
Exactly.
The facts are they all took part in an unlawful act.
Very well.
Is that not the case?
Very well.
But Mr. Barry, who is the boss of the internal auditor?
I am the boss.
Would you exclude yourself in this?
But in this,
Yes.
yes.
How would you exclude yourself?
Because, as I told you,
Yes.
these collectors never comes to me. In fact, there are some collectors whom I don't see them in like 3 to 4 months.
You don't have to see them.
No, what I mean is, they don't come to me
They
directly.
don't have to come to you. They don't have to appear before you. They don't have to come to you. It's a structure in place, which you are the overall head. And this is, if it was once or twice, this is an overwhelming situation you have. A frequent occurrence of events. Do you agree with that? That most of the time this thing is happening. You even had it in the commission, you said.
And no, it has never been brought to my knowledge.
No. You see, if it has not been brought to your knowledge, it is just one of two things.
Yes.
It's either you were not efficient enough, or you turned a blind eye.
No. Here, if you can allow me and I explain to you,
Yes.
you will be able to understand.
Go ahead, sir. The floor is yours.
I'm having
If you convince me, you will
I'm
give-
having 3 lieutenants working under me.
Yes.
Okay.
Which means?
They come, the collectors, when they come for submission
Yes.
from the bank, they have to face this internal, audit clerks, audit clerks.
Right.
They cross-check their books,
Yes.
and when they know everything is intact,
Yes.
they certify it
Yes.
and tell them to go to the principal cashier
Yes.
for them to be receipted.
Yes.
Okay? So at the end of every quarter,
Yes.
they prepared a quarterly report.
Yes.
When they prepare the quarterly report,
Yes.
that's the time that reports will be presented to me for me to vet it. When I vet through the report together with them, and they told me that it is satisfied, then I write a draft report to the management.
So your job is easy. Your job, in fact, you guys should be all in the same rank.
Pardon?
Pay the same amount of money, you and your team, you and your lieutenants, or your lieutenants, you call them. Yes, you're not doing anything extra.
No, we are doing.
You don't do anything extra.
No,
I'm just going by, Mr. Barry, I have no doubt that you are very efficient. But going by what you have said, how you explained, how you execute your functions, it appears as if your job is to go by what your subordinates say, what they tell you.
No,
what you go by, so therefore you are excused.
Because I trust them and I train them well.
No, the work does not go with trust.
And I know that they
Mr. Barry,
they
take it one step at a time. You see, the most difficult thing is to accept responsibility. Some people came here and they did it. They accept responsibility. You have been a bit defensive. The idea is, Mr. Barry,
Yes,
you had a supervisory role.
exactly.
Whilst you were busy checking what others were doing, which was very good, the internal auditors, the finance director, your own house, your own home is having fire. So who will police the police? Who will police the police? If they do their work independently, and everything that they do you go by, then you must be responsible. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that?
Yes, I have to take the responsibility.
Yes, good. And the one you have, that book you have, is Mama Kinde's book.
Exactly.
That is the one that you investigated.
Exactly.
But that is the same one I gave you a sample about. Does your investigation carry that information in it?
That this information?
Regarding the internal auditors, what they were doing?
No.
Why?
Because this book, I don't investigated the book.
No, Mr. Barry, don't tell me that.
Okay.
You don't have to be the one to
Okay.
listen, you don't have to be the one to investigate.
Okay,
But everything that they do is
Yes.
as good as saying you are the one who did it.
Exactly. I will take that responsibility. But I know for sure, I've interrogated. They've interrogated the Mama Kinte, who is the collector, and had it been, she have issued a butut.
Forget Mama Kente. Now
Okay.
I am into what your office does.
Yes.
Your office, Mr. Barry, as sad or as uncomfortable as it may appear, but we have to tell you, your office, Mr. Barry, that you led substantially aided and abetted the commission of offenses in relation to suppressing council's revenue by endorsing transactions that are unlawful transactions. Do you agree with that?
Yes, as the
Yes,
record
that's
shows,
a
I have
fact.
to- Yes.
That's a fact that you know.
Yes.
I'm just saying that if you look at that cash book,
Yes.
you would have realized that your subordinates, I can't mention you now, primarily as taking part physically in it, but you cannot be excluded as well, because it has been perpetuated by your subordinates time and again, and that's why I said you either turn a blind eye, or you were just not effective.
No, excuse me. Here, as the report shows,
Yes.
the investigative report, does it the 7th of 2022.
Yes.
She produced a bank, a deposit slip
Yes.
of $50,000,
Yes.
and the 25,000 is remaining.
Yes.
Then, the auditor
Yes.
should have highlight that once
Yes.
in the cash book.
Yes.
And if you go to the investigative report,
Yes.
you will see, like, on the 7th of July,
Yes.
2022,
Yes.
Mama Kinte collected 75,000
Yes.
and make a deposit,
Yes.
a bank deposit, number 1112 to GT Bank
Yes.
of $50,000.
Yes.
So when the auditor, in the normal circumstances, when the auditor is auditing this cash book, he should state it here, the balance of 25,000
But you are saying that now.
was suppressed.
But you are saying that now.
Exactly.
Which is very commendable. But you said you memorized this document. You have had access to this document, correct?
Yes.
You have read this document before, correct?
Yes.
You have seen this point before.
Yes.
And you have flagged it. You must have flagged it.
No. Then the cash book, I don't have,
No, Mr. Barry.
Yes.
There is a lead in the investigation. You have seen something that's not correct
Yes.
by your own team.
Yes.
What have you done?
No. Excuse me. Let me learn. You will understand. Had
Go
it
ahead.
been, I show the cash book, or I am the very one who've done these, investigations, I would have stated it there. What I mean is, when the report was presented to me,
When?
this was in, early, 2003.
And you read it?
2003.
And you read it?
When I read it,
Yes.
yes, I make sure that, I told Mafuji that, everything is done. He said, yes, it's done. And
Yes.
in fact, the collector herself signs for the book.
And then?
That's the times I push the reports to the management.
Yes. You see, you are still going round circles. You know merry-go-round? That's what you are doing. You're going round circles. You are not really addressing the issue. We agree with you. This is a wonderful job you have done regarding putting or clearing an issue or suspicious transaction. We will go into the audit report. Don't worry about it. But my point is, in the audit report, you had highlighted here
Yes.
to the commissioners
Yes.
that you have seen issues that are fundamentally wrong with the auditors in question.
Exactly.
Which means this information you had it before today.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
What did you do?
Exactly.
Address that.
This is what I want to explain to you, and you don't understand me. That's why you are telling me I'm merry-going round.
You are going merry-round.
What I want to explain it to you
Yes.
was that this assignment
Yes.
was given to my subordinate, and when he've done this assignment, okay, the time then this report was being presented to me for me to vet it.
Yes.
When I went through it, at that time I don't check the cash book
Yes.
of the collector.
Yes.
Had it been I have checked the cash book of the collector, I would have factored in these irregularities in the report.
Yes.
But when the report was given to me, I vetted. I told the audit clerks that so everything is done. He said she's done, and Mama herself, signed the report. I told him that okay, now the report is can be set to be passed to the management. So this is what I said.
Mr. Barry,
I didn't been.
Mr. Barry,
I've checked the
Mr. Barry.
Yes.
Whenever you say had it been,
Yes.
it's your own shortcomings.
Yes, I can accept that.
So forget it.
Yes.
Forget that issue. It's your own fault. If it is a fault of a system,
no, I accept it.
Exactly.
I accept it.
Whenever you try to say had it been I have done this, it's you not doing it.
Yes.
And you can't blame anybody for it.
Lead counsel.
Yes.
When you lead a unit or a department.
Yes.
You have your subordinates working
Absolutely.
under you. you build that trust and confidence in them because of the trainings and the knowledge they acquire.
That's your personal leadership. Wait a minute. That's your own personal leadership style. The law is the law. It remains the same. So when your own personal leadership style really is not fruitful, you can't tell them because I trusted XYZ. No one asked you to trust anyone. No one asked you to be afraid of any of your employees. If you choose to do it and it works, fine. If it does not work, it's okay. The point is, there are so many instances wherein you, your team, yourself, Mr. Barry, and your team, you have cleared people of payments when in fact those are not lawful transactions. Is that a fact or not?
Yes, as the evidence is before me.
I only speak based on the evidence. We speak here, all of us, based on the evidence.
Yes, exactly.
And that's a fact.
It's fact.
Yeah, and if you do that, it amounts or suggests a conspiracy, or at least part of a criminal scheme. You agree?
Fine.
You agree?
Yes.
Exactly. Now, let me read to you what your rules are with respect to the financial manual. 209. It says the duties and functions of the internal auditor. His main function, you see, it is even by should have said his or her. His main functions are to ensure that the council that the whole system of internal control is including internal check that is adequate and is functioning satisfactorily. You get that, Brent?
Very well.
The financial accounting and stores regulations and procedures issued from time to time by the council are being complied with. The accounting record from a reliable basis for the production of the council accounts. Report to the council and its chief executive in any apparent waste or extravagant expenditure which comes to his notice. There is no loss of council's funds as by theft or by fraud, by organizing surprise checks or cash. You must draw the attention of the council to deficiencies and loopholes in the internal checks and controls, inefficiencies, irregularities, duplicated functions, and waste where these exist. Suggest solutions to these where possible. Ensure the disbursements and expenditures are checked, and a detailed examination of the final accounts and other financial statements, a constant examination of the books of accounts, thereby facilitating the improvement and modernization of the system. So it's a whole big responsibility that you have as the principal internal auditor. And so the least you will do, which is expected from you, is to come and say, it is my employees, they were there, they were doing X, they were doing Y, they were doing Z. No one will want to, that will not exclude them.
No.
But it will not exclude you as well.
No, here, I just wanted to explain how things go. But, in
which
any,
I appreciate.
Oh, yes, in any, irregularities there, I cannot exonerate myself from it.
Absolutely.
Good.
Now, Mr. Barry, they have all these auditors. They have the internal audit stamp. All of them that work under you, they have the stamp.
No.
Any of them can just sign and stamp.
No, we are having two stamps. They are like stamps. They are all the same.
And then who has these stamps? Who has possession of these stamps?
One is with Den Lamin Drame, and the other one is with Mafuji Kante.
And you don't have any stamp?
No, I don't have stamps under my custody.
Why?
Yes, because as I told you, we delegated responsibilities.
So your job is to supervise them.
Yes,
and their job is to do the daily checks and balances.
Exactly.
And then how do you supervise them?
Yes, I supervise them. This is it.
How do you do it?
Yes, this is I supervise them. That's quarterly or in every week. In fact, before the introduction of these digital machines, they were coming. We have a template. This, logman log. We have a template where, if they come, their names will be written and the amount of the money they've collected, and the bank they submitted. They will have it. So every week, I will go to them and collect this, logman log from them. Then I go through them. The guys, any party who don't come for submission, then I separate their names. Then the amount of the money it collected, the same. That's the time I submitted those, document to the,
Now, Mr. Barry,
management.
please,
Yes.
we have admitted the report. Can you guide us through the report and tell us what was the subject matter of the investigation and what the findings were? You can do that, sir?
Yes, as you've read the heading fraud collusion reports prepared by Mafuji Kante, Internal Audit Clerk, Brikama
Yes.
Area Council. That's the introductions of the report. This is a review of revenue misappropriate assignment previously carried out by the internal audit record.
Mr. Barry, you are reading. You are reading.
Pardon?
You are reading.
Yes.
You will be here the whole day. I thought you
So
memorized what is there.
what do you want me to do now?
You guide us through. You can't read word for word. You just tell us what objectively what the investigation is all about and your main findings.
Yes, the objective of the assignment was
Yes.
to help gather the relevant facts and as evidence surrounding the issue.
Yes.
For records and in references purpose, documents all facts and evidence obtained, make our professionals recommendation on issues.
Sorry, Mr. Barry.
Pardon?
Perhaps I think these are 5 pages, right?
Yes.
If we want to read it, we might. It may take a bit of a time, but just summarize.
Okay.
What was the rationale? What was your finding? And what was your conclusion?
Okay.
Just explain to us,
The
because you have the facts in your head.
The rationale, behind the exercise was revenue was collected when we were using the digital machines through the GTR, meaning manually, and the collector responsible was not submitting. According to the report I gathered from my, juniors, was not reporting for a period. And when, I got that report, I went to this, CEO, informing him that I want to investigate the matter. So when the matter was investigated, the lady responsible for it told me at times he will be called in the office by the director of finance, who she will give the money to.
Who is the director of finance?
Mr. Alaji Jain. Okay. And the director of finance will instruct her to go to the principal cashier for her book.
Who is the principal cashier?
Lamin Canton Kante. Then, she will be receipted. So I told her how much the money you've banked and the money you gave it to, the director of finance. She told me the amount she gave it to the director of finance directly, and the amount, she gave it to the mediator. That mediator is the Yankuba Kujabi, the market master, for him to further give it to the director of finance. And when the report is concluded, I pass it to the management for them to take corrective measures.
Okay.
In nutshell, that's the summary of it.
Now, Mr. Barry, in your introduction, you have highlighted that the basis of this investigation is as a result of the individuals you have named as perpetrators. That is Mama Kinte, revenue collector, Yankuba Kujabi, acting market master, and Mr. Alaji Jeng, director of finance.
Yes.
The three of them, for a period of about 9 to 10 months, engaged in acts or activities that amounted to defrauding the area council.
Exactly.
Is that what you have said?
Exactly.
And this would have been for the financial year 2022, correct?
Exactly.
Now, please proceed with that, your interaction with Mama Kinte and your findings.
We had an interview with Mama, and We asked
Mr.
her, can you please tell us how you operate? And she says, when I was given the rent collection, I was going from shop to shop to collect $750 per shop. We further asked her, so all these GTR receipts were from the land rent collection? She replied in the positive, yes, all these 3 books were from the receipt. These ones, that is, the 85301 to 85400, which was from the 1 tier. Only that one was the collection from the 1 tier collection of Lansing from different sellers. This 1 tier, when the feast is coming, we have this 1 tier going on in our markets. So she was trying to say that one of the books was for that, collection.
Yes.
And, we say, how many GDR books have you signed for and from whom? She said she signed from Amadou Toure.
Sorry, Mr. Barrett. Sorry for interjecting at this point. I'm interested in this point because she has given a reference, that is the receipt number 85301 to 85400.
Yes.
Which is a 100 leaflet GTR book.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, when she told you this, did you go to the CRBR to cross-check whether this receipt serial is for 1 tier collection? Since the GTRs are segregated.
No, no. Normally the GTR, don't highlight the purpose of the collections.
Okay.
We have in Lansings,
Okay.
rates and tax,
Okay.
and the markets GTRs. But any collector who take any serious bracket must sign his or her name against that TR bracket in the CRBR.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you as an auditor, what is the implication of, let me give you Mr. Lamin Jawara's cash book. And you take a look at, from the dates, 7th of August 2022. From the 7th of August 2022, he has been given a GTR receipt, a number, GTR receipt, which bears receipt number 0089642. This receipt is from trade license. Now, my question is, you as an auditor, what have you been doing pursuant to these receipts being issued and cancelled up and given by the, issued to the collector by the cashier, Mr. Kante?
Can I have a look?
No, let me just finish so that you will follow and you will answer the question. This receipt is supposed to be a receipt for trade license. When they go to the field, when somebody pays for trade license, they issue them this receipt. Right? But now Mr. Kante is using this receipt as his GTR receipt to evidence payment of tax already collected. And this receipt is not in line with that tax that is collected. How do you do this reconciliation? Please, Registrar, give him this cash book of Mr. Lamin Jawara. Check the receipt on top.
Exactly, absolutely.
On top of that deposit slip. That's a trade license receipt.
Yes, and
No, listen, wait. That is a trade license receipt issued by who?
By the principal cashier, Kante.
Yes.
Yes.
So now, you as an auditor, do you think this is right?
Yes, initially, when I came,
No, wait.
across.
Do you think, based on your profession, this is correct? That is what I want to know first. Let's establish that.
It's
fact.
not correct.
Okay, so now you can explain.
Okay.
Yes.
But when I raised the issue with the management,
Yes.
that there is a trade licensing receipt with the principal cashier, and is using, to collectors, for their submissions. What they told me that, at that time they run out of stock, meaning, the GTR they were using for this particular transaction was finished and was not available at a time. So this was why, they instructed the principal cashier, because then the trade license books were many over there, to scratch the trade license, GTR, and use it for this. But it can.
But did he countersign to indicate that he is the one that scratched that?
Yeah, obviously here, he didn't countersign, but obviously, we will know that.
But is it possible for some other person, apart from the principal cashier, to have access of these receipts books that are many and are available? Is it possible? Is it a possibility?
Yes, yes.
So,
yes.
So would that not indicate that there is a serious possibility of fraud being committed?
No, definitely, ma. There are serious possibility of, those kind of things that's happening.
Say the activities. What kind of activity?
That's the collections. At times you will see this trade lines.
No. What sort of activity? What I'm saying is that I wanted to come out
I'm
from
coming.
Because you are the person that will help us understand a lot of things.
Exactly.
What I am saying here is that, is this not a serious possibility of serious fraud being perpetuated by using this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very well.
Yes. So now look at the cash book again. From that page, you go down to 5-6 pages, entries done by Mr. Lamin Jawara. There is no indication of audit being done, and he is being cleared by the principal cashier to have deposited this money. And there is no indication in all these transactions that he has entered in his cash book, that he has gone to your office for these transactions to be audited. And yet still, he is given a receipt by the cashier.
Yes.
Is that correct?
It's not correct.
And for this, whilst you were doing this system audit,
yes,
did you check Mr. Lamin Jawara's cash book to understand that these things are happening, and Mr. Kanton Kante is issuing receipts without these people passing through internal audit for them to be verified before he issues them a receipt? Because these monies are not in the bank statements.
Yes.
And they cannot account for all of these monies that have been collected.
Yes. Here
and you did not sanction what is in those cash books. And this applies across the board for all the collectors.
No, for this ones, because,
I am telling you,
yes,
it applies across the board to all the collectors. He issues receipts without you clearing them.
Yes. Yes,
Is that not correct?
Yes, it's correct. Let me come in here, ma.
Yes.
Collectors, from the principal cashier down to the collectors, all the collectors, were under the mercy of the director of finance. Why I say so, because, there is a laid down rules which all the collectors should follow.
What is the rule?
That, when they collected, they have to go to the bank, deposited their money in the bank, comes with the, receipt, payment slip to the principal, to the audit. Then, if the audit is satisfied with them, they clear them, they go to the principal cashier. But at times, you will,
not at times. 90% of the time.
Okay.
Yes.
In most cases.
Yes, 90% of the time,
okay,
based on what we have seen in the cash book.
In most cases.
Yes.
In fact, either these monies were demanded by the Director of Finance, and that's the tendency is high that they must be demanded by the Director of Finance, because also Canton, that's the principal cashier, cannot receive these people without, number one, having the slip from the bank, or number two, having directive from the Director of Finance. So in most cases, if a scenario like this happens, knows that Canton was given a directive by the Director of Finance to issue them with the principal cashier's receipts when the bank slip is not available.
Council, can you proceed? Let me have the cash book.
Madam Chair, it's already 12:54. We can proceed with the witness.
You have 6 more minutes, so ask him other questions.
No, we intend to read the document and proceed with the witness.
Sorry?
We intend to read the document and proceed with the witness.
This witness?
Yes.
Okay. You are not done with him yet?
No, not yet. Yeah. He will come back during break, after break.
Now, on the issue of the cash books that Mama Kinte received, that is page 2 of your report. You have indicated that she said she gave the Director of Finance $52,000, and he wrote the amount on a piece of paper and told her to go to the cashier for receipting, which the cashier gave. During the course of your interrogation, did you see that piece of paper that he wrote saying that he received this 32,000 from Mama Kinte?
No, because those pieces of papers are very small one, just to indicate it to the principal cashier that this is the amount of the amount of the money you supposed to receipts to Mama Kante. It's a small, very small paper. Like I wrote like $52,000 in a small paper. I said, if you go to the a principal cashier, give him this amount, tell him to draw this amount in the receipt for you.
Is that how it is supposed to be done?
No, ma. That's not. It's supposed not to be like that.
Now, also the market master collected 50,000 and 5,000.
Yes, from her.
Yes.
So, but
were you during the course of the investigation? Did you see any evidence of receipt from Mr. Kujabi that he collected this money from Mama?
No. There is no documents to that respect. But he admitted that he was sent by Mr. Jain to collect it from Mama.
Who is Mr. Jain?
The Director of Finance.
So it's a convenient point to stop. We'll come back after the break. We may rise.